Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Oxygen Not Included, episode 27. And in this episode, I think we're going to just tie up some odds and ends that we have going around here. I'd like to sort of expand the production that we have down here with these metal refineries. And in order to do that, I think I'm going to add a little bit more power here. So let's just grab some igneous rock is fine. And make ourselves a little area here for adding in one more coal generator, because it just doesn't look like we're getting a lot of natural gas out of this geyser. I'm not sure when the next activity period is, but so far not productive enough to do everything that we need. I'm also going to add up here a rock granulator. We can make this out of pretty much anything. Just slap it down in this empty spot right here. And we will use this to crush up some of the eggshell that we have lying around the base. That way we can end up making some steel eventually. I think while we're at it, let's mop up this liquid. Ooh, and this is done. Let's say fungal spores, copy settings. Oops, need to plant it first. Copy settings all across here. We are going to add just a little bit of granite tile. Try and hold in that carbon dioxide. Temperature wise, it's good enough down here. Don't need anything crazy. Still working on our food. Got the cook going. Sure. Crack open one of those. Eggshell to lime forever. Sounds good. Okay. Let's increase the priority on these to get people working on them. And in addition, let's set up very easy coal generator. Right here is good. And we will add a smart battery on top of that. We will run some heavy watt wire across here. And we will, in automation, grab ourselves some automation wire and hook this up. Alright, perfect. And we're going to set the threshold settings such that this one kicks in first and then this one. That way this one is the one getting refueled more often. I think another thing that we want to set up while we're here is a little bit of sieving of this water. I'd like to start getting like a reservoir of water somewhere around here, just for whatever needs we have, like finishing up this research perhaps, or something else. Eventually you have some uses for water. Let's deconstruct this in the meantime. Dust caps are a pretty great source of food because they only require slime, which is usually pretty easy to get a hold of. Let's, while we're at it though, take a storage bin, make it out of anything. And we're going to stick all our slime right here in this chlorine layer. We're going to lower the priority of this to 6 and we'll make this one 7. A lot of work for our duplicates to do. Set this to be a slightly higher priority. Because I'd like to process this water, not have it overflow. I don't want to have to seal off this area quite yet. And break starts at 70. Break-ins at 5. 90, 20, perfect. Alright. So this should help with our power situation. And just to check, plumbing-wise, what is coming out of these pipes? 44.8. Alright. Yeah, so I think one of the next steps is I'm going to sieve up this water and pump it to some sort of reservoir, probably right here. Just so we have that water on hand if we happen to need it. Right now, all of our wastewater is going into these reed fibers, which will help make us our exosuits and snazzy suits and whatnot. Were we able to finish one? We were. Snazzy suits. So in our vitals, who has highest morale requirements? Stinky, Nisbet, and let's say Lindsay. Assign this one to Lindsay. This one to Stinky. And Nisbet. Alright. And that'll help improve their morale a little bit. This is going to be organic slime, and set this to a 7. And we're just going to transfer a lot of our slime from here to here and disinfect it. Yeah, see, it falls like a rock in this chlorine. Disinfect the slime before we put it in here. That way we don't have any sort of problems. Easy peasy. Oh yeah. Alright. We've got all these going. Coolant being pumped. Should be good to go on that front. Alright, so we have this heated up water. It's really hot because we've been processing a lot of iron, which is going to heat up the coolant more than other metals. But I still think that it's, even if we work with other metals, we're going to have a temperature of water here that's a good temperature range for sieving up. So let's go ahead and in refinement grab ourselves a water sieve. I'll make it out of gold amalgam. Set this up right here, and for the moment we're just going to have some liquid reservoirs for it to feed into. I'll make them out of iron. Alright. Let's dig out a little bit more area here. Oh, new duplicant. Duplicant. What do we got? Nothing. Reject all. How are we doing on germs here? Alright, that's fine. So, have our water sieve. We are going to set up another coal generator and another smart battery. And we're going to connect them up with some wire here. Iron is fine. And we are also going to connect down to here. Perfect. We are going to go to automation. Oops, not the right one. automation. And hook up some automation wire as well. And just to check I got this. Alright, perfect. And we're going to start sieving up this water and pumping it into these liquid reservoirs right here. So, plumbing, liquid pipe, make some out of igneous rock. Here we go. And we'll just do it like this. Perfect. Job's mastered, huh? Bert is finished up as a plumber. Man, you've gotten pretty good at everything, Bert. Let's get another miner, though. And we'll just start processing this water here. I still want to process some more iron. We'll mix in some other stuff as well, though. Let's get some gold amalgam. Let's get some more iron. And let's get some copper. Alright, perfect. So this should start creating a clean supply of water for us here. And we can just pump that up here if we so choose. We'd like to cool it off a little bit, but we don't have the water level here to just run sort of a coolant loop through here. Temperature's quite cool. We could try. But I think instead we're going to dig out this area. Yeah, we don't want this to freeze, is the main issue here. So we want some sort of hotter water in here to mix in. No power hookup, you say? Ah, there's no coal generator running. That hasn't been built yet. Alright. Still pumping away. We're going to set this priority to be fairly high, or just a little bit higher. And how are we doing on food? Let's get a little bit more of that. We have a couple exo or one Atmos suit. That's fine. 2 Atmos suits, perfect. We're producing some coal over here, which will be nice, and I think I want to set up my water reservoir at this point. So, what are we going to do here? Let's pause for a moment, and I think we're going to start just with deconstructing pretty much all of this. All of this will go. This is going to be the area where we set up our large water reservoir. While we're at it, we'll dig out this. And eventually we'll dig out this as well. I think this size is going to be good enough. It's a lot of water in there. And in addition, we can also melt stuff. Grab ice, snow, that sort of thing, and put them in here, and that'll help reduce our temperature as well. So I think we're going to deconstruct all this, dig out this, and we are going to create... let's go ahead and make it out of igneous rock. Well, I guess let's make it out of granite. There's going to be a reasonable number of people around here. Let's actually dig one further down and have the tile go like this. We'll wait on this, actually, because we want to dig out everything else first. Deconstruct this. And go ahead and do this. Why are you so slow? Max! You just a slow boy? Yeah, I suppose so. That's fine. We'll want to wrangle some of these guys eventually, but I don't even really have space in here right now. Dig out here, deconstruct all this. Another job mastered. Stinky. Alright. Don't really want to bump them up to a higher... Yeah. Let's just do Groundskeeper. I don't really want to bump them up to a higher stress tier or higher morale tier. Just yet. Let's prioritize that a little bit higher. Fine. Yeah, I don't want to bump up to a higher stress tier when there's not really going to be any benefit. I don't have any like huge mining projects for him here. We're digging out this, but this is not that huge. And we are going to use ladders. My OCD yet again. Alright. And we will dig out this in between. Slowly but surely get all this done. More granite here. A little bit more scaffolding. Tell them to mine out all this as well. And yeah, just going to build a large reservoir here to hold all our water. We can do it with liquid reservoirs as well, but it's not super critical. So we're pumping in water here. No power. Can they not reach here? Oh, there's this one that is not quite done yet. Alright. Another job mastered. Nisbet. Let's have you finish up your mining. Alright, looking good. So we're going to sieve up this water, and ultimately we're going to pump it up to this reservoir over here for whatever uses we deem fit. We're going to add a little bit more scaffolding in here. Ideally the scaffolding is going to go all the way down. In fact, I think we will do a little bit more. That way, if a dupe happens to fall in, they're able to get themselves out. Alright, just like this. Looking good. How are we doing on oxygen? Oxygen's still fine. We'd like a little bit more. Maybe it's time to crack open this. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Dig out these, please. We might as well replant this wart seed. Just somewhere where it's going to get a little bit of cooling done. A little bit left on our orders over here. That's fine. We've gotten the water level down. It's at a reasonable temperature. This water is still relatively hot. Again, it's a little bit less hot than it was before because we're using some... we're cooking up some metal that isn't going to cost us the same way in terms of heat. Let's deconstruct this. Alright, perfect. How are we doing germ-wise? We're going to set up some deodorizers here. That looks fine. Alright, and we are going to finish this off with granite tile. Just like so. And now we are going to grab some storage bins. We'll make them out of, I guess, sedimentary rock is fine. We're just going to jam them right down here. And these we are going to fill with snow and ice and other clean water. And we can have pumps at a layer above here. That way we can control that we keep some amount of water in here. In fact, maybe we'll just cancel a couple of these. That way we can have a pitcher pump. Right here is good. Yeah, make this out of anything. Sedimentary rock is fine. Okay, so that's all getting built. And we're going to start trying to smooth out the paths to get to this sleet wheat. The sleet wheat's still just a major source of our food supply. Right now, frost buns are most of the calories that we have available. While we're at it, fried mushroom forever. Just always make fried mushroom. I don't have any other use for the mushrooms. These we are going to say... let's set the maximum storage capacity to 1,000 kilograms. Liquefiable, and it's going to be ice and snow. Alright, let's copy these settings, actually. Copy them like that, and actually, let's set this to a 6. Yeah, and then copy these settings. Perfect. So they should go and deposit cold liquefiable substances here, and this will help improve how much water we get down here. I would like you to prioritize this a little bit higher, that way I can get this sieving started. And while we're at it, let's dig out a little bit of this. We're going to set up a storage bin. Igneous rock is fine. We're going to do refinement. We're going to set up a compost right here. Again, igneous rock is fine. Let's set one of these. Alright. And now this is chugging along. Looks good. Alright. And we're just going to have a compost here to work with. Okay. Was another job mastered? Yes. What do we want you to be? Courier looks good. Security door, neural vacillator, electric guild, rock granulator, sure. Alright. Yeah, see? So now this stuff is filling up and we're getting a little bit of water here. We might have to do a few mop-ups as people are dragging stuff in because it melts on the way, but we just need a little bit here. None of you have what I want. Off you go. I think we're going to cap the episode here. So, what did we get done? We have a water reservoir now, and we are sieving up some water for us to put in that reservoir. Temperature of the water is going to be a little bit high, but because we have these storage bins, which we're filling with ice, that should help cool things down. Like this water is at a much chillier temperature. And we're just going to fill these up with ice periodically, and that is going to keep this at a fine temperature, even though we're pumping in stuff that's coming in from a water sieve. In the long term, we'll want to set up some sort of cooling strategy. Like we'll take the pipe that this is running through and we'll snake it in through some hydrogen-filled thing with radiant pipe. But for now, I think this is going to be good enough. We have a lot of ice and snow to melt, so even in the medium term, this isn't going to be that big of a deal. All right, I'm going to cut the episode here, and I'll see you guys next time.